Thank you for listening and welcome to the Life Podcast, a proud member of the Eventide Entertainment Podcast Network. I'm your host, Don Smith. Gary Wood and Haroon Khan stick around, and we're also joined in the studio by director Naeem David to talk a little bit about his latest projects. If you enjoy the show, like and follow The Life 1069 on Facebook and Don Smith Comedy on Twitter, or tune in live on Wednesdays from noon to 2 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM, or you can stream the show live at wwsu1069.org.
The brutal presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence overwhelms me.
I love it when I hit the wrong button when I'm trying to go back on the air. Because it's that extra little delay there, and then a little cuss, and then I'm back. We're back on The Life. I'm your host, Don Smith. The Life is part of Eventide Entertainment Podcast Network. Be sure to check them out at eventident.com. I'm still in the studio. Haroon Khan sitting across from me. Gary Wood still in here, and we are now joined by Naeem David. Did I get that one right?
Yes,
time?
you
Okay,
right.
okay.
2 for 2 with pronunciations.
2 for 2. I'm doing all right.
You're one of the few people that gets it right on the first try.
Yeah,
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'm doing good, Gary. I'm doing good.
You're bilingual.
I'm proud of myself.
You practically mastered the language at this point.
Just about. Now, Naeem, you're a director.
Yes.
Have you done any acting? Because we were talking about that. I saw a little bit on there, and I just heard Haroon chuckle, so I'm guessing he's questioning your acting ability. I'm thinking what that means.
That's because I'm a better actor than him.
Oh, okay.
I'm no comment. I'm not gonna say.
Smackdown coming.
Yeah, we're going to start
match.
some problems in here. What have you directed?
I've just done.
As I see a whole long list here. So.
Just my own short films, just little things here and there. That's why I brought in Haroon for Dilemma to make it grander and bigger and keep working on bigger projects.
Okay, you might want to move closer to that mic so it picks you up a little bit better because these things are tricky.
Isn't that the sound man's job?
Can you hear me now?
Who's the sound man?
Oh, I thought that was you. Never mind.
Oh, okay. No, I'm
yeah,
not.
We don't
I'm
have
not
one of those Wileys either.
So, how long have you been directing, and what got you started?
For a few years. I've always wanted to be a filmmaker. Started writing back in high school, and I never picked up a camera to actually film something until my first year of college. So I've been writing since I was probably 15. Writing short films and features, and then not until college I was able to pick up a camera and make something.
Cool. Now you guys work together, and
We worked.
you guys seem to have a good working relationship here.
Fortunately or unfortunately, that's for the viewers to decide. But I'd say, yeah, we've worked on, actually, fun story. I actually met him for the first time ever once I came to UC, once I came to college. And it was the first or second semester I saw him, and the interactions, like, you know how you meet someone early on and you don't see them after a while? That first interaction isn't that grand. That's what our interaction was. It wasn't as grand. And it was just, oh, hey, we know of each other's existence, and then after a while,
you just kind of scoffed and went your own way.
We scoffed, but it was like a remembering.
It's
stuff.
like describing our first meeting.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then once something happened to where the film gods above.
I'll tell you what happened. He kept messaging me 24/7. You know, like he wouldn't
AKA
leave me
the
alone.
film gods.
Yeah. Those
Let's make
persistent
something. Let's
actors.
make something.
Again,
and finally, I was like, you know
describing our
what?
First meeting, Don.
F it.
I'd say,
you kept
good job.
pestering me until I finally let you on the show.
It was the beard.
Yeah.
It was the Civil War beard that you had.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I've known him for probably 3 years now, and we've worked on a couple of smaller projects, but Dilemma being by far the biggest production-wise. And proud to call him not only a friend, but a director, writer, and a fellow filmmaker.
Cool. So when you looked at him dressed like that, you automatically saw the hired killer. You're thinking, yeah, that's what he needs to be.
No.
Okay.
No. No, just no. But I wanted to write something that he can, play to his strengths, and a stoic, more absent character fit the part for him. So I wanted to write something for him.
I think that was kind of a
Yeah.
backhanded compliment.
Yeah.
Did he say absent
gonna say-
character?
Gonna say I
Kind of an
felt a little
absent
zing
character.
on
We
that
didn't really
one.
get. Yeah, we wanted to write something that he could do. So man, that was tough.
You're such a great actor. I want to write something where you're not there.
Honestly, Gary, you're not wrong. But no, honestly, I guess to outside viewers that may sound like, oh, he just got zapped. But like in our relationship, that's actually
It's
love
love.
compliment.
It's,
That's
it's
actually
love.
love.
It's love.
And so
Somewhere.
Yeah, there's a lot
somewhere
of love in
deep
this
down,
studio.
it's love is just a process of finding it. But no, I'd say of the few projects I've done, Dilemma is probably up there in terms of the character. I enjoyed playing that character on screen. You can't see that enjoyment because his character isn't as jovial.
Right.
But being someone playing
So
Alistair Ross,
you're not a jovial hired hitman with a personal dilemma.
I wish, but
You're a
maybe
little
on
more
the next
upset
version.
about the thing. Yeah.
There's so
But no,
few
I
comedic hitmen
enjoyed
in
I
cinema.
enjoyed playing the role.
There are some comedic hitmen.
That's true.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
Bruce Willis in Whole 9 Yards.
Yeah, there
In
you
the
go.
whole 9.5, 10 yards, or whatever that one was.
I like that movie.
Yeah, but I was watching one with I can't even think of his name. The British guy works with Nick Frost a lot. I cannot think.
Simon
of his name.
Pegg?
Simon Pegg. Yeah, there was one with him where he was a hitman.
Oh, yeah, I
Called
saw that
Kill
one.
Me 3 Times
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something like that. Fantastic.
Yeah, he was a horrible shot.
Yes, he was.
That was the
terrible.
hitman that was a horrible shot. That was awesome.
So yeah,
very funny.
there are some. You could have pulled it off. You could have pulled off a comedic hitman.
You have
In a-
to-
in a- in a-
He's not
in a-
funny.
in a sad drama.
He's not funny.
He's not wrong. I give him. That's one of the few. I'd say I'm witty. I'm not funny. I'm witty, but I'm not funny. I would actually. This is history. This is one of the few points I actually agree with that. I'm not funny, but I'm witty.
So we're making history on the show today. That's good. And we're not talking about poop.
There you go.
Oh, you missed the last hour. It was. They were talking about poop on 24.
Yeah, we got more news stories to get to.
Oh God.
Sure, there's,
But no, it was
Steve Martin's bit about the turd museum. They got a lot of in there. Some of that crap's worth a lot of money. Good.
all
Moving
right.
on.
Literally.
You done? See, Gary always brings the show down. That's why I bring him here. We get too
So
elevated.
high and
and
he
he's-
just-
Show's too
he
highbrow.
yeah,
You need me
Yeah,
coming
that is
here.
true. That is true because we're always talking about the important issues. Oh, so I don't even know where I was. Gary, you got anything?
I don't know, probably something about poop.
Probably something about. So what projects you got working on now? I know you're working on Dilemma. Is that one in the can, as they say, or
No, it's in post right now. We're working on editing and getting everything right.
see? I squeezed in another poop joke.
So I didn't say anything, but I caught it.
I noticed.
Sorry.
And then meanwhile, probably going to work on another short film as we're in post on this one, just to keep the momentum going
Yeah. Just
Just
you
keep
got to
making them.
Got to stay busy.
and they keep getting bigger and bigger. So that's good.
Now, do you have anything that's going to festivals or anything?
Dilemma's going into festivals.
Dilemma's going into
Yeah.
festivals.
Dilemma's going into festivals, and we actually want to make it into a feature eventually
Cool.
cool. Down the road.
Have you shot features?
I have not shot a feature yet.
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 Because
Dun,
that's
dun, dun.
yeah, dun dun dun. We're looking forward to it now. It has to happen now. So
I think so too. Haroon's not going to be in it.
Nah, I'm garbage. Well,
yeah. Well, you want to make sure he has another absent role.
just give them all to me.
Yeah, just
I
give
actually
it-
made. I don't know
yeah,
if you
he
guys
will
saw
play. He will play every character you got that's not in the
I-
script.
He's
I-
going to be Eddie Murphy in Coming
Oh.
to America, playing every single character.
Might
There you
as
go,
well. I
yeah.
actually made a picture. I don't think I posted it yet, but it's like one of those pictures where it's like saying, like, give me more. Just give me all those absent roles. I'll take them. No one else will take them. So
So
I'll
someday
take
you're going to get a phone call. And it's going to be, hey, I just wrote this script, and there's a character that's not in it. You're perfect.
Yeah, you're perfect.
them. I
for
think
it.
you
this
fit the
character
role.
that
It's yours
doesn't
if you
exist.
want it.
and you say, hey, as long as I get an IMDb credit, I'm good.
Yeah, the character is not appearing.
Yeah, not appearing in this film.
No, yeah, we
See, and
plan
that's
on
another,
Yeah,
reference
there you
to
go, yeah.
Holy Grail. So
Aptly named.
which by
Aptly
far is
named,
also
so
a
they're
good
not appearing
movie.
in this film.
But no, yeah, we plan on Dilemmas eventually to festivals and give it a mini festival run, and then down the road, the way we've been describing it is this is pretty much, it's around half an hour, the short, but we're saying it's pretty much like a elongated trailer of our feature when we do plan on making it, just so people get a small taste of, a 30-minute taste of what's to come. Stay tuned kind of to the bigger, broader picture of the Dilemma world. But as a short, I think it will definitely, for sure, will fulfill our expectations, I think. And hopefully we'll do the same to everyone watching it, because there's not that many romantic thriller genres locally that are produced. It's either romantic or a thriller, and there's not a blend of both.
And you need that, because sometimes when you're being thrilled,
You need to be romanticized.
you need a little romance in your thriller. All right. Do you guys have? Where can we find some of your past work? Is it just?
My work is on YouTube, so you can
On
find
YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube.
What's your page?
It's
so
my
we can
name.
actually put your name.
It's my name.
Okay, Naeem
Naeem David.
David.
Yeah, I can write it down for you.
I
What
think
is your
I
name?
have it on your resume you gave me.
Oh, okay,
And this is
great.
the first time anybody's ever given me a resume when they've come.
You know,
on the
when I was
show.
driving up here, I
Both of
realized
you, that's-
not a lot of people will bring their resume to
We stand out.
an
Probably-
interview, and I
yeah,
figured,
Yeah. Not to mention, probably a
Might
lot
as
of your
well
guests don't have
see what
resumes.
That's
so
true. That's
there's
true.
that.
I'd say a lot of my guests really haven't held many jobs.
I don't have a resume.
Yeah, I keep up.
My
there.
resume is see Don.
Yeah.
Talk to Don.
Yeah, he'll give you more money. He's an idiot. All right. Do we want to hit a couple more news stories?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay.
We can.
Now,
go for it.
The next several, I promise you, no poo. I can't promise you much else with them, but I'll
No
give you that.
poop settled.
This mishap may give a new meaning to the weightlifting clean and jerk. A man
Wow.
working out in a German gym got a very sensitive part of his body stuck inside a 5.5-pound weight plate on Friday. According to officials, firefighters spent 3 hours using a grinder and a vibrating reciprocating saw to free what was widely reported as to have been the man's penis from the center of the disc.
Widely reported.
Widely reported. Now, here's the
Now,
funny
does that
thing.
mean it was
The name
rather
of-
large?
The name of the fire department, the town he was in, is the Worms Fire Department. Not a typo.
Fitting.
But it shared a photograph of the shattered weight to Facebook following the delicate extraction, urging gym goers to, quote, not imitate such actions.
Oh, wait, the weight shattered?
They cut it to pieces.
Oh,
yes, they had
Jesus.
to. They cut it
weight.
to pieces to get
They
it
cut
off
the
his
weight
piece.
to pieces. Not,
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
He did
well, I
this
don't know.
act
He-
at the gym.
Was it publicly, like, working out in front of and just right then and there, or?
There are a lot of questions, and I have no answers. So that's why. That's why I bring it up to
I
discuss
don't
it,
know
so
what he
we
was,
can get to the bottom of this in this investigation of how this man got a 5.5-pound weight stuck to his junk.
I don't know
assuming
what he
it's
was
one of
trying to
those
do, but he
round
nailed
plates?
it.
Yes, it
With, like,
was
the
one. It
hole
was one
in
of the
the middle.
metal with the hole in the. Yeah, exactly.
Fit for all things, I guess. Fit
One
in the
size
hole.
does not fit all.
Yeah, I was just wondering what he was trying to work out.
Ah,
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is, we have, there is a female in the room, so I guess us four knuckleheads may not.
Well,
Like
That's all right.
if he was trying to curl a weight with his Johnson, I think he's probably got a Stretch Armstrong.
He
penis
might have
at this
just
point.
been-
Yeah.
Did he not
Or
like
slinky.
stretch or warm up beforehand?
I don't know. That's all part of the story that we got to figure out. I'd say he had to
that's
stretch
not.
a little bit.
My question is, what puts you in that mindset to put your junk inside?
Really like
Wait.
that weight.
Yep, the man
Whether it be
is-
publicly or
he's a health
privately.
nut. He really likes working out.
He's a metalhead.
Yes.
Thank you.
I mean,
Good night, everybody.
if he's that ambitious to like do that, you'd think he'd do more than 5 pounds. Like 5 pounds for come on, like
yeah. Well,
I- personally, I would have to
he's
use
a
a 50 or
beginner.
60
I guess
pound
he's
myself.
a beginner. You got to start out.
somewhere.
How
I
many?
guess.
How,
50, 60 at least.
50,
Yeah,
60?
yeah. 61, whatever it takes.
I'm I'm not jealous.
but you've never had to have it cut off.
Uh,
The
not
weight.
yet.
The
I'm
weight.
still, yeah.
I'm just curious to know what this guy is like. If he's married or what his family like.
I don't think there is no family.
Yeah, I
You
would
don't
say
think
if
he's
you're.
just
I
his
think
lonesome
it's-
self
I
and
think
his
it's just
friend
him.
below.
It's not himself because I mean you have all that time to think, and you think about sneaking.
Yeah, have all that time to think about where can you put this next.
Well, I bet he's not allowed back in Lifetime Fitness anymore. I'll tell you that.
Planet Fitness has banned him.
How I mentioned earlier, I wanted an autograph of the Mad Pooper. I kind of want an autograph of this guy also.
Yeah, well,
Just-
it's
speaking of-
you want an autograph and a piece of the actual weight. That's
Not of the actual.
Well,
no,
we
no,
don't
the
want
actual
it.
weight.
Sanitized.
Sanitized.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my researcher actually has a photo over here.
there it is. There is a
of
picture of the
actual weight.
Oh
the
my
actual
God.
weight.
The pieces.
Wow. Wow.
Oh my
See,
god!
like I said, I'm not making this. You can't make this kind of stuff up.
Holy
So next time when I go, I was actually telling him last week that I've been put on a bulking diet to gain 25 pounds. So now when I religiously go to the gym, that's going to be engraved in my head. I'm going to look at a 5-pound weight and I'm going to know some guy in this world full of 8 billion people did a deed like that. And I'm not going to be able to get it stuck out of my head now.
He was probably preparing for some heavy sex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe his
Damn.
No,
maybe
I'd
maybe
say-
his wife is huge.
I'd say if you're doing that, you're probably
Well, it
not
was only 5
getting
pounds
much.
though. Yeah, it was only 5 pounds.
I was gonna say, like, if you're sticking something in there, then there's nothing at home to go to.
But it's always it's always about the reps, not the weight.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's how many reps you can.
High
do.
reps.
That's how you build.
He probably did like 50 or 60 reps before he tried to pull it out and had to call 911.
Yeah.
Penis
Oh,
down.
Man. I just wish I was there just to see this spectacle happen.
I mean, and if
See,
it,
and I'm glad we got to see a picture of the weight because one of my questions that I had because it was it the Olympic style because the
Oh, my
Olympic
God.
style weights those have a hole
It looks
about
like-
that big.
Yeah.
and that would impress me.
Yeah, I think it was not.
But no, it was
I
one
think
of the
it was not,
little
yeah.
ones. It was one. Yeah, it was one. Yeah, it was one of the
Just
little
same
ones,
old,
you know.
and so was the weight.
Yeah, I'd need one the size of a beer
it's
can.
not
myself,
impressive.
No, it's not
Not
impressive.
impressive at all.
Yeah.
'Cause it's
if it was
'cause
the
someone
Olympic-
can
if
easily
it was
do that.
Olympic size, yeah, that's impressive.
I'd be impressed.
Well, he's probably
Yeah,
just,
that's
it was
probably
like
something you'd see at Wiley's tonight if you
yeah, tonight
for
50
the
Shades
50
of Men.
Shades of Men.
Bring your own weight.
Yeah, bring your own 5.5 pounds.
Oh, man.
Speaking of autographs, by the way, did I see an autograph out there of Biff Tannen from Back to the Future?
I
Yep.
believe there is one
Tom
out
Wilson.
there. Yes.
Love
What
to
was
get
he
him.
doing here?
Yeah,
He's a stand-up comedian now.
Is he?
He's very funny.
hasn't been on my show.
And he's a guitar player. He's got a song that he wrote, and the song is called "Stop Asking the Question" because, like, in the song is made up of all the questions that he's been asked, like, what was Michael J. Fox like to work with? What was this? And he's like, it's a movie. So did the car really fly? Things like that.
No, the car didn't fly.
What? Are you serious?
Don't ask me. I don't know the questions he's been asked.
Okay.
Spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen that.
Yeah, the car doesn't really fly. It's, man, there's we'll look for a story out of Tennessee now. Halloween. What's that?
I said this one won't involve poop then.
No. Halloween arrived early in one part of Tennessee and sparked a panic 911 call to police. Because who else would the 911 call be? Don't have an emergency 911 call to your mother. Anyway, moving on. Joseph Lovergive.
Lovergive.
What's his name?
Lovergive.
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 Lover gives.
No
Yeah,
way.
Lovergive.
That's yes, Joseph Lovergive.
What
So
a
they-
name.
His Halloween display
Yeah, my next
was
movie.
of a man who had been decapitated
Oh, God.
by his Greenville home's garage door that was so lifelike that his neighbor, Johnny Riddle.
This is all.
You're
BS.
faking this.
No,
You're
this
faking
is
this.
not fake
You're
news.
making this
Is
up.
Lover
This is
Gives? Is Mr. Lover Gives? Is the first name B.O.B.?
Yeah, the rapper. they call
B.O.B.
it the
Lover
rapper,
gives here.
B.O.
Nope, Joseph.
B.
J-O-E.
Wow.
J-O-E Lovergive.
How about Mr.
And
Riddle?
Johnny
B.O.B.
Riddle?
Johnny Riddle. Riddle me this. Anyway, Riddle said, I thought it was somebody laying up there on their driveway. Deputies showed up
Yeah,
at Lovergive's house and soon determined that the body was a Halloween decoration that the homeowner had put out more than a month early.
Wow.
The department shared the
Getting
shared
head
the
start.
photo of the display to Facebook and warned residents not to call 911 reporting a dead body.
Well, that didn't work.
Instead, congratulate the homeowner on the display. So yeah, that's Tennessee. If you
Wow.
so remember this:
Wow.
if you ever want to decapitate somebody, just lean them up against your garage door.
And that'll
You're
get the
cool.
job done.
And if you ever want to live in Tennessee, apparently you can't have a name like Smith.
Right, you have to be Lovergive or Riddle.
What I don't
That's
understand.
half the reason I kept that story is just the names. I love names like that.
Johnny
What was-
Bobbernob.
What was
Hello.
the one guy's name we had? I think you were in for this one. We had a guy's name that was.
Yeah.
I can't even.
Yeah,
remember
you
now.
find
It's so
interesting
ridiculous.
names.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's
that's-
always
that's half the fun. That's
The guy
half
that saw UFO, he's got the weird name, lived in a trailer.
Yeah.
You know, it's always
What I don't
Nowhere.
understand is like for like Christmas or Thanksgiving or New Year's, people start decorating weeks before because it's a lot of decorations. It's I guess a bigger event or holiday. But why do people gotta, especially with like Halloween stuff? You know it's gonna scare people. Why do you have to dress your house up like a month in advance and then get the cops called on you?
Why not? I guess
is it
it's Tennessee. There's not a lot to do.
now? It's against the law too. Put a fake,
Yeah.
I mean, all those people drive by and they see a body standing,
I-
like sitting out there.
Yeah.
Nobody says anything. Nobody approaches it. I mean, there must
That's,
be
that's
blood.
what I'm saying. If
going
you're
from-
if you're wanting to kill somebody around Halloween,
So how do you get a
just-
name like Lover Gives though? Because like Carpenter, you're apparently
Sounds like
back,
a
your
James
ancestors
Bond
was a
type of
carpenter.
person.
I would say he changed.
he was
the
a love
name.
My name
giver.
is Lover.
He was a
Yeah.
lover giver.
James Lover.
Lover giver. I'd say
He
he,
was a
probably
whore.
chose
Love.
that name.
He was
himself.
maybe it's his mom's
And
name.
I just remembered the name we were thinking of. The other
What's
guy that was Meow Ludo Disco Gamma Meow Meow. That was a name in an actual news story that I read. His name was
His first
Meow
name
Ludo
had to be
Disco Gamma Meow Meow.
B.O.B. That was his. It had to be. B.O.B.
was
Meow
a-
giver. Blah, blah, blah.
Wait, you just pronounced someone's name?
Yes. That was somebody's legal name
I'm
in the
sorry,
news story I
whoever this
read. He
person
was
is.
from Australia. His full name was Meow Ludo hyphened
Meow Ludo hyphen.
Disco Gamma Meow Meow.
There's no way that's his legal
That-
name. There's no.
That's a.
Can a researcher look that up?
Imagine
Meow
writing that
Ludo
on,
Disco
like,
Gamma
documents.
Meow Meow.
I'm going
Why
to
would you
change
do
my
that to
name
yourself?
legally to Gary.
Yeah.
What
gonna
I
be
want to know is
DON.
what are the parents on?
He got bullied.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He got
That was
bullied.
a child of the 60s, I'm thinking.
That is a cool name. Like how many people are named Meow Meow
Yeah.
hyphen?
I don't think it's cool. I think that's just mean.
That is.
On
That's
the
a
parents'
mean
part?
on every part, on every single part of.
See, I
all
wonder if his
aspects.
parents gave him that name or if he chose that name.
I feel like he
because
chose
I
that
think
name.
either way, because if you're going to change your name to anything you want,
Meow Meow.
why Meow Ludo Disco Gamma Meow Meow?
Unless
yeah.
it was-
Why
you know,
not
it could've
Joseph
been-
Lovergive? Yeah.
Exactly. It could have been
that's a
like
name right there.
Peekaboo Street, the skier.
Yeah.
You remember the Olympic skier? They let her choose her own name. She was like 2 before she chose a name, and she chose the name Peekaboo. So they could have been like, "What do you want us to call you?" And the little 1-year-old's like, "Meow, gamma, gamma, blah, blah."
Yeah, because he couldn't quite talk yet. He
Yeah.
couldn't formulate
And it just-
words.
and it just
he just
stuck
thought
with
he
that.
was a cat.
Yeah,
Why do
my
people do
parents,
that, too?
did this to me for 10 years. My name was.
It's not now. That's what I've been called. Yep. Please welcome to the show, Wood.
She found him.
You found Meow Ludo Disco Gamma Meow Meow.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That takes up a
It is so
solid
great to
3.5
have
Is he a
a
rapper?
researcher.
I bet he's a rapper. No,
Nope,
with a
that's
name
the
like that, he
weirdo.
should be.
I'm leaving.
Right,
Ladies and
that's-
gentlemen, I
I
can't take
forgot
this
that. I
anymore.
forgot the reason, but
There
yeah,
must be
we
something.
covered that
There's
story
something.
here. He had his
I
bus
want
that.
pass for the that was in Sydney, Australia, I think.
Wait, what does he do for like what?
Oh,
what's
his transit pass? I thought
Yeah.
you said his transit pass, like he wants to
Yeah.
insert his past into his hand.
What's that? Sydney?
Yeah,
I thought it was
wow.
Sydney. Yeah, Sydney,
Yeah,
Australia.
those Australians are
he,
dumb.
He was wanting to get an implant in his hand for his basically his bus pass.
Well, who's stopping
So-
him?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So that he didn't have to
What
carry
a-
it with him.
Well, I guess the only thing that could stop him
Nice
is
hair.
his name, if that fits.
Yeah. Yeah, and he get it on the pass. It all went my arm.
Wow.
I'm
Yeah.
speechless.
I don't blame you.
I don't know what to make of this.
This is the life.
I want to do that to my car key on the end of my finger. That'll work.
Name it Meow
Yeah,
Meow.
yeah, name.
Yeah, come here, Meow Meow. All right, I think on that note, we need a little bit of Mr. Wiggly's exploration launch for the next break.
Yeah, it's been a rough one. It's been
So
a rough
last
show.
time you were here, we did some Neil deGrasse Tyson chicken.
I like that.
In case you've never heard of Mr. Wiggly's exploration launch, they are Dayton's #1 space funk band
I have
They
not.
need
because they are Dayton's only space funk band.
They need to do a show at Wiley's.
Not regular funk, space funk.
Space funk.
Space
You
funk.
need
Can
to
you
make
tell
that
me the
call,
difference
Don.
between regular funk and space funk?
Oh, you'll find out as soon as I play.
Okay.
So here we go. This is Go to Mars with Me by by Dayton's original space funk band, Mr. Wiggly's Exploration Launch. We'll be right back here shortly.
Go to Mars. Take one.
Here's this week's Comedy Rundown, brought to you by the legendary Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street in downtown Dayton's historic Oregon District. Call 224-JOKE or go to wileyscomedy.com for all the best in Dayton comedy. Thursday, October 5th, Two Lesbians and a Queen comedy show is at Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street in Dayton's Oregon District. Thursday through Sunday, October 5th through the 8th, Steve Jessup is at the Dayton Funny Bone at 88 Plum Street at the Green. Friday, October 6th, the Betties and the Beards comedy show is at Wiley's Comedy Club. That show starts at 9:30. Also on Friday, Fart Party is at South Park Tavern at 1301 Wayne Avenue in Dayton. That show starts at 10 p.m. Friday and Saturday, October 6th and 7th, John Poveramo is at the legendary Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street in Dayton's Oregon District. Saturday, October 8th, the Busy Bee Comedy Show at 4540 Glen Martin Drive. That show starts at 7 p.m. And Sunday, October 8th, Wiley's Sunday Comics is back at Wiley's Comedy Club. That show starts at 8 p.m. with all your favorite local comics, including me, up there this Sunday. That is it. As always, check out wileyscomedy.com and DaytonFunnyBone.com for details and tickets to upcoming shows. Also, be sure to check out the Unwritten Podcast from Dayton Writers Movement, available at unwrittenpodcast.com.
Are you into making music, videos, or podcasts? Are you a local comedic talent in need of some much-needed publicity? Are you a behind-the-scenes professional interested in audio-video production, graphic design, and public relations? Eventide Entertainment is actively seeking talents, clients, and professionals to help our business grow into something truly special. And we want you to be one of those. For more information, go to facebook.com/Eventide Entertainment or send us an email at eventideent@gmail.com.
Came under wide attack by unknown foreign power.
Coming this summer, when biological warfare threatens extinction, the world needs a hero.
Inside this bag is the cure for the zombie virus. Ta-da! I'm going to save the world. How about you?
William Lee is Zachariah Stone in Cinema Lexicon's 6 Feet Below Hell.
Your kind is doomed, human.
That is one ugly It wasn't so bad. Really?
Starring William Lee, William Regglesworth, Banza Townsend, and Aaron Perez. 6 Feet Below Hell, available in Redbox this summer.
If you see someone that you know is dead and then come back to life, run!
All right, I think we're back on The Life. I think something was playing in the background, or I'm losing my mind. I'm probably losing my mind. But anyway, we're back on The Life. I'm your host, Don Smith, sitting in with Gary Wood from the legendary Wiley's Comedy Club.
Hello.
Also sitting in with Naeem David and Haroon Khan, talking about basically all kinds of weird stuff.
Pretty much.
There's a lot of weird shit.
We cover a lot of ground.
When I
I'm
walked in, it
impressed.
sounded pretty classy. It sounded like there was some heavy talking.
And then you got
when I got here.
and then you got here.
So from now on, your
and
guests are
saved
going to
us
be
from- saved us
like,
from
"Hey, you
that
want to
eyebrow stuff.
come on the show?" And they're going to be like, "Yeah, is that Wiley's dude going to be there?"
Is the poop guy coming?
Yeah. How about no?
So we'll hit some more news stories just for the fun of it. We were talking a little bit about Mr. Wiggly's exploration launch, and that led into discussions of Mike Canistero, who is if you haven't seen Mike Canistero on stage, he
was funny.
He is hilarious.
Or
He
his
comes up with some
pictures.
stuff,
I want
and
to.
just his delivery allows him to get away with stuff that if I tried it on stage,
Yeah.
I'd get run out of the club. But his delivery, just the way he does it, he's so goofy funny that it's
Yeah.
hard not to.
He was
it's hard
part of
not
the
to laugh
roast
at.
of Cal Westray, and oh my gosh, he was funny. I really
think
enjoyed
I
him.
think he said sometime in November he's going to be at Wiley's.
Okay, cool. I'd like to get him in
He's
there.
going to be doing. I think he's going to be closing out one of the Wiley Sunday.
Oh,
comic
cool.
shows. I just saw him
Well,
post.
I'd like to
something
get him
about
into
that.
prime time, and also like what was the name, Mr. Wiggly's?
Mr. Wiggly's
Wiggly's
Exploration
Womp Rat.
Launch.
Yeah, Mr. Wiggly's
Womp Rat.
Exploration Womp
Mr.
Rat
Wiggly and
show.
his Womp Rat.
They should come to Wiley's. This is Mike.
These
If you're out
names
there,
are killing me.
call me.
Yeah. Call me.
Call me.
All right. The idea of this back to news stories. So we're done with you, Mike. No, no, but you should get out and see Mike Canistero somewhere on stage. He's fantastic. Or if you want to take if you want to go to Sinclair and take a chemistry class, you might have him as a teacher.
Teacher of chemistry.
Yes, he is a chemistry teacher.
He's got a
Interesting.
real job.
Yeah, you think he's been
That's why he's
sampling
not doing
some
comedy a
stuff.
lot.
Have you?
Ooh. Oh yeah.
Actually, an education, career,
Yeah.
probably family.
Yep. Yep. The idea of undiscovered underwater cities isn't as far-fetched as you might think. I thought I saw somebody wearing the dress out there.
Oh, they are.
Oh, somebody is wearing the dress.
The Beauty and the
Way
Beast.
too
They
into
look
this
at
Beauty and the Beast.
playing.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yep, somebody is trying my dress on. I am so upset right now because I was going to wear the
She's-
exact same thing.
She's gonna stretch it out.
I think it would look better on you than her, honestly, I think.
Oh, I don't think that's even possible. Anyway, the idea of undiscovered underwater cities isn't as far-fetched as you might think. It just turns out they're built by octopuses. Wouldn't that be octopi?
I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
I
you
would
said
think so,
pussies,
too.
that just made
Actually,
me
I've
giggle.
had a conversation about this.
Oh,
Uh,
drops of knowledge.
Ah,
I'm
that's good.
gonna name drop here. John, who is Celeste's brother, explained to me
You'll
The-
be
Well,
funny.
it's
it's
not much of a name
octopuses
drop.
or
Yes,
octopi.
John. There's only one of them.
and B.O.B.
It's
It's spelled B-O-B.
His name is J-O-H-N.
octopuses is correct.
Is it really?
Is it?
Yes.
Octopuses, not
Yes.
octopi.
No,
Oh, okay.
you can say octopi, but octopuses is correct.
So
Well,
that's probably for
unless you're
two.
James Bond from the 80s, then it'd be Octopussy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes, yes.
Which
If there's
I
more than
think we all
two, though,
prefer
it's
one anyway.
octopuses.
Octopuses. Octopiece. Should be octopiece. Okay. Earlier this month, scientists published a paper describing a site in Australia's Jervis Bay. Jervis. That's a good name too,
Jervis.
right there. Near Sydney, where
my
10
next
to
job,
15,
Jervis.
10 to 15 gloomy octopuses. They weren't upset. That's what they're named. They're actually called gloomy octopus. They're not just having a bad day.
That's
I thought they were having a
listening
bad
to the
day.
show.
species
They-
name is a gloomy octopus. Some mornings
We
I
have to
feel like a
build these
gloomy
cities
octopus.
again.
Yep. 8 tentacles. Why'd it have to be
Son
8?
of a.
I'm a gloomy octopus.
This one's just not cooperating today.
Anyway, they
I
live
washed
at,
my tentacles and I can't do a thing with them.
Anyway, they discovered 10 to 15 gloomy octopuses living at, quote, high density and exhibiting complex social interactions toward one another. The species, also known as Octopus tetricus, I guess because you can stack them up,
Like Lego blocks?
like Tetris.
Oh.
With that annoying
Yeah,
song playing.
Octopus tetricus. They communicate, fight, and even evict one another from their dens in a settlement formed around exposed rock patches. In
That's
other
a reality
words-
show. I've
In
seen
other
that.
words, it's basically an octopus city, which biologists are calling Octlantis. Because that's so creative.
It's a reality
couldn't
show called
come up with any other
Big
names than
Octopuses
Octlantis.
Survivor.
That's all.
Yeah.
They live in a house together and they have to
Survivor.
evict one.
Octopus.
They have challenges for head of household.
Yeah. Big brother. It's
I'd watch it actually.
Big Octopussy.
big. That's, you saw where I was going with that. Am I that predictable, Gary?
Oh, man.
So yeah, what do we think of that? Are these
Honestly, this is probably not the most bizarre news. I'm gonna say this actually sounds like normal.
Yeah.
Because I've actually heard of a report. I don't know if there's octopus.
Octoputty. Just say octoputty.
I don't even know if there's
octopusy.
I don't know if there's
Octoputty.
octopuses in like the UAE. There's a city in the UAE called Dubai, and they have like their man-made islands. And
Right.
I've heard reports like I don't know if it's because of them or if it's other creatures, but they do the same thing. Like because of all the sand that's dumped, if there's creatures below that help form or kind of keep that maintained. And I guess they are in a way illegal immigrant workers as well.
Migrant worker octopuses.
Do you think male octopuses resent being called an octopus?
I would, yeah.
I would.
Probably.
I'm an octoman, okay? Octoman,
Call me
pal.
octopus.
Yeah, I will not.
We have a new superhero.
Octopus. I'm octopunch your ass.
Octoman. Not Aquaman.
I'm going to knock you out.
I'm going to hit you 8 times. Just swing once.
Except there's one which is not cooperating.
There goes the princess.
There's the princess. So that's what they were doing. She's got a gig, and she was in there pumping up with the Beauty and the Beast. She's in there like, I got to get in my zone. Got to get in the beauty zone, bell zone.
That's what.
What's going on down here? Did you see this thing? They've got a little vending machine. I walked in, and it's Win Raider gear, right? But there's a line and a camera. I mean, somebody is a genius.
Wow. I saw that walking in. I thought it was like a
through
tour.
the line to get through.
And I was like, hey, where's the radio
and
station?
And it can't be just like T-shirt. There's got to be like, it's Win Raiders gear or an iPhone. Something, because
you're absolutely right. It's Raiders gear. Because like I asked one of the students, I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, are you a student here?
Not those Raiders.
And I'm like, no, but I may be with all the gear.
Did you say, no, I'm an actor?
I should have name dropped. I would have like, no,
I'm not a student here.
But
I'm an actor.
You should have name dropped, I'm here for Don Smith's show. Who?
I actually did. Say I'm here for the live show. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And so, but she was like offering me like this gear. I'm like, no, I'm not a student here. It would be wrong. And like, we're just giving them away. Just go and take it. And I'm like, this is time for me to run. Like, I need to get to this show.
No, I'm not joining your cult.
But there was a big line. Like, it like wrapped around.
I'm open to any free Raider gifts that anyone wouldn't like to.
Yeah, bring them by the station.
Yeah,
any free
I'll be
Raider
here till 1. Yeah. So. Or is it 2?
It's 2 because it's after 1.
I don't
you're here till 1, you're gone.
I don't do time.
Yeah,
Clearly.
we noticed 35 minutes into the show, and you weren't here.
By the way,
and you went running down to the bathroom.
Schedule. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
That was an off. No, you do your little. You do your little stories.
You tell us what's on your mind.
Oh,
Jerry.
well, I was just going to hit some of the highlights of Wiley's.
Okay, hit us with some highlights.
Comedy Club, because we've got a full week this week. We're leaving September. It's fall. I don't know if you've noticed this or not.
Yeah.
And like,
even though it's 90-some degrees.
90-some degrees, but also very dry. So I don't know. Like this morning, the wind kicked up and the leaves were literally falling, and it just turned fall.
Yeah.
So I think we're not going to have
like they knew.
Yeah. But we're not going to have any fall colors this year. I don't think. I think all the leaves are going to be gone by mid to early October.
Well, they're being baked off.
Yeah. Yeah, and dry. Yeah.
They fall one way or another.
Tonight we have something very exciting going on at Wiley's. It's the first time since I've been here, and I, for one, I brought a lot of baby oil.
That's good because I was kind of thinking you'd be taking the stage.
It's my stage, right? I'm going to get up there.
Yeah, I own the place. I can do what I want.
Yeah, put your shirt back on. It's male dances, and you've got boobs. Yeah, we got 50,
so it's okay.
50 Shades of Men are going to be up there. They're going to be rocking the place. They're going to be swinging their genitals left to right.
Are there really
throwing them over their shoulders?
Are there really 50 Shades of them?
We're going to find out.
You're going to test them. You're going
to have at least 47
swatches.
47, 48.
Every single shade is represented.
Yeah. Do you know who?
It's good that you're so inclusive like that.
You know what guest we should bring to that event tonight?
What? Yes. What? Do you want to come? You said.
Haroon is always down for that.
No, not me, but I know he's actually a friend of all of us. The guy who was at the weightlifting guy.
Oh, yeah.
He'd be perfect for this.
Yeah.
He's probably still convalescing.
He could swing his 5.5 pounds around.
That's if his junk
If you
is.
got some
Okay,
junk
if
that's
it's still
5.5
there.
pounds.
If it's still there.
Yeah, that's
That's
there you go.
heavy.
You
But
should
no, yeah.
be dancing for money.
It's actually going to be. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I know that we're in in an era where we have people that identify differently than what I don't know how to say that properly, but I think this one's primarily for the ladies. I think we can go out on a limb here, but then again, everybody's welcome. So Don, you're perfectly welcome. I know. I see the glint in your eye. You're
Well,
like,
you're recording it for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna,
for your personal
I have
stash.
to watch that in slow motion.
Wow.
50 Shades of Men.
Wow,
I will
okay.
be providing
Because I want to make sure it's all 50 Shades.
I
You
will
and
be
Harun
I
can
don't
watch
want
those
to get
together.
shorted.
They
If
dance
it's
to.
48 Shades, I'm going to be mad.
48 and a half, 48 and three quarters.
I think it's getting a little hot in this room. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
and
lie.
actually, we got a special deal for your
Not for
listeners for
me.
tonight. Actually,
Well, there you go.
they
It
can.
is,
They had a Groupon out there. I don't know if it's still out there or not. You can check if it's a Groupon. But if
it's
you
a
just
Groupon, not a Groupon.
yeah, that's completely. That's once the show starts.
Yeah.
But it's a Groupon for 40% off your tickets, which makes your ticket, I think, $12,
That's
which
not
is
bad.
off the door price, I believe. Anyways, the door price is $25. You can get them online for $20. But here's what I'm saying. I'm saying we're going to honor that Groupon price. So if you go online to wileyscomedy.com and you order your tickets and you use the promo code Hot Guys, I made that up. That was mine.
That's clever.
And it was describing me, but
Right.
but
That's why I
it
do
works
that.
for those guys too. Hot Guys, plural, all caps, no space in between hot and guys. Hot guys.
Right. Because you don't want any space.
Yeah, I don't want any space between me and the hot guys. So and you get 40% off your tickets. So you can't beat that. And then you come and you have a good time, and then you go get all worked up, and then you go back to your significant other, and everybody's happy.
Yep.
It's not a
It's
bad
gonna
deal. 40%
Go
off.
back to
man.
It's
your
hump
significant
day.
other. Go back to your significant other, and she says, "Where have you been all night?"
You smell like. I started to. Caught that one. Okay.
You smell
So-
like you've been at the
but
gym.
then tomorrow night we got to actually they were here last week.
Wow.
Tim and Kyle from the Nicholas
Yes.
Cage podcast. We did one last week, which was so much
the
fun.
Nicolas Cage movie review hour.
Yeah, so we're going to try. I guess Ryan has always wanted to do this, and Wiley's
Nicolas
is
Cage.
providing him with the means. We're going to do a
You want
live
Nicolas Cage?
taping, live recording of the Nicholas Cage movie review, and we're going to review Gone in 60 Seconds, which should be fun. Probably not as fun as Con Air. Come on, but
Well, yeah,
But,
Con
you
Air
know,
was a blast.
yeah, but they're going to
Air's
review Gone in 60 Seconds. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be live, so come in. We need you to make this work. Because we need to have an audience, right? For laughs. So your laughs and probably your comments too. It's not like it's going to be silence all around the place. So that's going to be fun. And then this weekend, this weekend, oh man, this comedian we got coming in.
What's with the princess, by the way? Since you're
We got a person came in.
okay.
Nothing to report.
We don't either, so.
Back. They're just golf cart parade.
A golf cart parade. Is that just golf carts or people riding on them? So it's just golf carts.
How do you get your hands on one of those?
Yeah. That's,
Running out of ideas.
We may have to investigate that.
yep.
Yes.
All right.
So Brian Scalaro, if you've watched TV, you've probably watched Brian Scalaro. He's been on.
I was just saying, I just started watching Dexter because I'm a little behind the times.
Oh my!
And
You're
I'm in season 2, and,
But
and
you're doing
here
a good
he comes
thing.
as a lab tech.
Yep.
As Brian Scalaro.
Yep.
Oh, okay, well there you go.
Yeah, he was in Dexter. He was in Mad Men. He's been in The Middle. He's been on Wizards of Waverly Place from
Really?
Disney. Yeah, I love that show. Man, he's been. There's more. I mean, he's got a huge IMDb page. He's always kind of a. I don't know. He's just funny usually. Although he wasn't in Dexter.
Yeah.
But anyway. Yeah, and extremely funny. I mean, I think it was somebody recently called him the funniest effing guy on the planet. And if you look at his bits on YouTube and stuff, he is very funny. So very excited. As a matter of fact, he's so funny that we're doing 4 shows this weekend with him. We're going to have a Friday night, 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, 7:15 and 9:30. So that's going to be awesome.
Cool.
And then, of course, Sunday is our open mic night. And if you're not coming to open mic night at Wiley's, you are missing the boat. Because
That's where it's at.
yeah, it's a riot, and it's always a big crowd. It's only $5 to get in, and you get a full range of comedians. It's like the first few weeks of American Idol auditions.
Yeah,
You
that's a great way to put it because there are some nights. It says last Sunday we had somebody get a little upset because he was.
I wasn't there. I wish I had been there, but
He was.
it meltdown a little bit. Want to hear?
Yeah, a little bit. He was up there dissing the stage, dissing the other comics, and finally Karen had enough and cut him off. And,
I heard Ed actually chased him out.
Yeah, because when Karen
brought him back
went up
in
on stage, and as he was walking out, he was shouting stuff at her.
Mm-hmm.
And
what kind of comedian is that?
Down outside. Huh?
What kind of comedian is that?
A very
Not a funny
terrible one. He was,
an angry comedian.
Yes, a very
angry
comic.
comic.
Not very funny.
Yeah. But
comedian.
Ed's the man. I think Ed is now going to be our
Head of
host
security.
and head of security. Yeah, he's our bouncer. But
Yeah,
he brought
he
him.
went
But he
heading out
brought.
for him.
You don't bring an angry comic or somebody that's causing trouble back in. But he did. He brought him back in.
Well, not into
and
the
made him
showroom,
apologize. No, yeah, that's true. Yeah, but he made the guy apologize, and the guy did apologize.
Yes, he
so
did.
that's you don't mess with Ed.
Nope.
Yeah, now people are going to be showing up just to kick Ed's ass. Oh, really?
Yeah.
You so tough?
Yeah. Now it's a challenge. Now
Yeah.
you put the challenge out, Gary.
But I'm
Way to
also
go.
putting out we're doing a lot of promotions too. We're trying to get more and more open micers, more and more first timers, people that never done it before. Because one of our guys that are regulars, who's going on to now feature and he's making money at being Scotty Mays, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
we all know that Scotty is doing an amazing thing. He's in total recovery from from drugs and booze and I guess the whole 9 yards. And it really has, and I'm not speaking for him, but I'm assuming, and I think he would probably agree that comedy has been sort of a therapy, for him. It's given him a focus.
release.
Yeah, and you got to replace one addiction with another, and I think comedy is probably an addiction of sorts, to him because he's full blown into it, right? And so we were talking to some of the FOA members at one time about maybe starting a program to where this comedy would be an option. It's not the option, it's not the only option,
Right.
no matter what it is, but you never know. People have a liking for it, and you don't even have to go into it
Well,
as
I
being
do know there are a lot of comics that I know in recovery.
really, yeah. Well, usually that starts after they get involved in that as they do comedy.
Well, I don't know if you know Jay Armstrong out of Cincinnati.
I've
He's
heard
been
of him,
recovering for years, and he does
Cool.
a lot of shows for
Yeah.
a lot of clean sober shows.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Go
Cool.
to,
Well, that's like John Wing was on America's Got Talent. John was recently at Wiley's, and on his package for Wiley's or for America's Got Talent, he said that being a comedian is one of the only jobs where the first thing that your boss does is offer you a drink. And it's very true. And I do it too. But people come in, you want something to drink? I don't mean alcohol necessarily, but I don't know how else to say it. But now I've gotten to where I go, you want something to drink? Water? But because I don't want, especially the guys that I know are in recovery, and I'm offering them something to drink. No, I'm just, are you thirsty? That's all.
Besides, you don't want a drunk comic up on stage.
I don't know. Sometimes I think Augie was
Unless they're really
drunk.
good.
Augie Smith was drunk, and he was
Then that's
hilarious.
acceptable.
Unless they perform.
I think that's part
Well,
of it.
yeah, that could be a performance enhancer for some, but
Yeah.
I
Patton
can't do it.
Oswald recently said that drugs and alcohol have made some amazing comedy,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it always wins in the end. So
See, I can't do it. I can't drink before going up on stage.
Really?
All it
I
does-
can't
it
not
doesn't- it
drink
doesn't-
before going.
It doesn't help me with bravery or anything. All it does is make my mouth dry. That's
a
really
little bit.
all it does. So when I go up on stage, I'll
Yeah.
have water, and that's about it.
a lot of lip smacking up there.
Because what happened is when I was first starting out, I did a show. It was a cancer benefit show,
Mm.
and it was supposed to start at like 2:00 in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And they kept pushing it back because they were waiting for more people to show up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we could drink for free if we were on the show.
Yeah.
So I was having a couple beers because I thought, well, I'll have a couple and then I'll go up. And they kept pushing it back and pushing it back and pushing it back. And
No,
I
you
think
kept
by the
on
time I
drinking.
finally got
Couple
up
more,
there, I
couple
had
more.
about 12 beers in me. And right before I went up, I'm just starting out. I had probably 8 minutes of material.
Uh-huh.
Well, we're just starting out, and because it was delayed so long, some of the comedians had to leave. They had other places to be. So he comes up to me right before I go on stage and said, "Hey, you do 15 minutes?" I said,
Wow.
"No, I
Wow.
can't."
Can't do 15 seconds.
Yeah, I stretched it out to 9 minutes, and then once I started repeating myself, which actually ended up working out pretty well, because I started repeating one of the jokes I told earlier because I was drunk, and finally I said, "Oh, I already did that." When I said, "This is a cancer benefit. If this was for Alzheimer's, I could have kept going."
So where you from? How you doing? Welcome.
Oh man.
But yeah, it was pretty bad.
Well, real quick too, I want to go through because we are going into October. I'm going to hit some highlights in October real quick because we got some cool shows coming up. And real quick, the comedians, the 6th and 7th, the first week, we've got John Poveromo, who's a hot, fresh comic from L.A., I believe. He's going to be here that week. Then the second week in October, Mr. Greg Hahn. If you're not familiar with Greg Hahn, you need to be familiar with Greg Hahn. Bob and Tom favorite, just high energy. At the end of the show, he is soaking wet from his sweat.
Wow.
And that's funny. Sweat's always funny. The third weekend, which is the 20th and the 21st, I've got Mr. Mike Paramore. I think Dayton is pretty familiar with Mike. He's from Cleveland. He actually finished, I believe, second place in the fireworks competition, and he's going to be headlining. And then comes Halloween. We're not really sure what to do with Halloween yet. Dayton, you've got the whole Oregon District thing, which kind of shuts us down. However, the 27th, which is that Friday night, we're having the Dead Comics Society, which is going to be comedy of Rodney Dangerfield, Nipsey Russell, Tim Wilson, right?
Yeah.
So,
and you might even see John Belushi.
Yeah, John Belushi, right?
Doing a version of what's his name? I can't even think of his name now.
Which one?
I've been drinking before
Samurai or
no? He's going to be doing.
Oh, the Blues Brothers.
No.
Okay. I give up. I've had my guesses.
He's going to be singing Joe Cocker.
Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah.
So, yeah.
And we've also got some specialty shows coming, and we're trying to do some Thursday night programming. So on the 5th, we've actually got a show called Two Lesbians and a Queen, and that's what it is, Two Lesbians and a Queen.
I'm glad you're taking the stage.
Thank you very much. I'm going to have my sash. And on the 12th, what's his name? Lucas Austin and Ryan Singer. They're doing a show called The Crooner and the Clown, and it's going to be music and comedy. And if you guys know Ryan Singer, he's hilarious. He's going to be a lot of fun.
Ryan Singer is hilarious.
Yes,
go on to YouTube and watch some of his videos.
Yeah, that's a Thursday night. That's the 12th. And then on the 18th, which is Wednesday night, we're actually going to have our first live DVD recording. So clean comedian, totally clean, named Rich Jones is going to be recording his first DVD. And it's going to be exciting. We need an audience for that. So the showtime for that is 7:15. That will be fun. So we're not done programming for October yet. So we got a lot of stuff going. And, of course, also I forgot, the Betty's and the Beards is a special show on Friday
Betty's
the
and
6th
the Beards?
at 9:30. And it's exactly what that's not a clever. It's women, two women named Betty, apparently. I don't think they're named Betty.
Yeah.
But two guys with beards. They're going to be on there. And that's a really good show. I've actually seen bits and pieces of it. And, of course, our favorite, Cry for Help, Dale and Ranson and all those guys, they're going to be on the 20th again at 9:30. They're pretty much every third Friday they're coming in and doing their show, and it's a hit. They bring people in. I mean, I'm thrilled with it, and they've got a following. So if you haven't checked out a Cry for Help show, it's not your normal comedy show. It's a little more is trailer parky an adjective?
I believe it is.
Okay,
if
yeah,
not,
trailer
it should
parky.
be, and we will coin the term.
Yeah, I think so, but in a good way.
Yeah,
not in a like a meth neighbor.
Right. It's like the character that Larry the Cable Guy pretends to be.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Only these are the real deal.
Yeah, they're not pretending. No.
All right, I'm going to hand it over to you two real quick. If you got anything you want to plug, any websites or anything, and we gotta get ready to hit the road, but. You guys have any social media you want to throw out there?
Yes, if you want to follow Dilemma in all its glory, we have a Facebook page called Dilemma Short. You can find us on there. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or Naeem David and Haroon Khan.
I'd say make sure when you're typing in Dilemma Short on Facebook, it's in all caps. And then my personal Instagram is Haroon Khan with dots after the A and after the N. And then we're also on Facebook, and so is Naeem. And then if you guys want to keep on following Dilemma news and updates, you can reach us there or any of the other cast and crew.
All right.
Don't forget when you guys are ready for a premiere, Wiley's is just right downtown. You guys could have your premiere there.
Definitely.
Keep that in
and
mind.
one more thing, too. You guys have great hair. Both of you. I hate you.
This is not the first time a man has said this to me.
Combine some of our hair and just
I'll take
push it that way.
I'll take it. Yeah.
But no, thank you
I'm
to
not proud.
both of you also for the compliments and for having us.
Thank you.
It was good having you in, Haroon Khan. See, I was good all this time.
You're
now I
so
screwed
close.
up. And Naeem David, thanks for coming in.
I'd
Gary,
like to apologize.
Always a pleasure.
Actually, yeah, I'm sorry for everything.
We're used to it. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next week. Thanks for listening to the Life Podcast. Check us out on Eventide Entertainment's podcast network. Remember, if you want to listen live, we're on Wednesdays from noon to 2 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM, or you can always stream the show live at wwsu1069.org. If you have suggestions or comments for the show, feel free to email us at thelife1069@gmail.com.
Presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence overwhelms me.
I brought a lot of baby oil.